everyone, and welcome to Our Ventura TV. I'm Sandra Sepak. On today's show, we are welcoming Kathy Powell. She is the founder of the Moving In Project here in Ventura County. This project is a nonprofit which helps many of the homeless here in our county. Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Very good. The Moving In Project is helping so many people here in Ventura County, and I know your nonprofit provides many things for people. Once they do get into a shelter or a place to live, they have nothing. So what you do is you come in and you provide a lot of furnishings and things they need, such as beds, chairs, couches, furnishings for their place to live. And that is such an important and first step for them. Tell us about that.
So the first call that we got was from a homeless man who was in one of the motels, and he had a woman who was moving into an apartment, and she finally got housed, and she was blind and she had nothing to move in. Right. So he called and asked if we could help. And I put a word out to all of the people that I know in social action committees, and they all started bringing me furnishings and pots and pans, forks, and things like that. So as it went on, we just kept providing that for more and more people who were getting housed. And one of the case managers said, we get them a house and you make it a home. And so, yeah, so they were getting housed, but they would be sitting there with maybe their sleeping bag that they brought with them and things like that. So now we get them beds and we get them blankets and linens and everything that they need from top to bottom.
Which is such a big first step and a big help for them to, as you said, make it a home and a very comfortable place to live. So how do you go about doing all this? I understand you have quite a bit of work to do with many of the volunteers that you have. It goes a long way, though. You've got people picking up furnishings, drivers delivering the furnishings, packing the boxes. Tell us about the team of volunteers.
So one of my friends who had been homeless for like 12 years himself, he's been driving the U-Haul for us now, and he dubbed us Seniors in Action, which is really such a great thing. Everybody's almost retired. We use a lot of dollies for moving the furniture, and we load up. People call me and they might have different kinds of things. I put together a list and the volunteers all go out. They pick up the furniture. We have 4 storage units, and they deliver all of it. So it's just people in the community calling me and saying that they have things. And I tell people that I want it to be pretty good quality furniture because I don't want yucky stuff when they're moving in. So I say something you would give to a family member that you like. And so we pick up all of the things and put it into the storage units. And then the clients can come and they can go shopping in there, and they get to pick out their own dresser, their own couch, things that they would like for their places. So our volunteers help collect all of that. They help load up the trucks when they come. Sometimes they make deliveries to the clients. We don't do that as much anymore. We used to have a man who hired a couple people. He got us started for a whole year. He put in that effort for us. And now we're just mostly picking up furniture. So that's what our volunteers do.
So if there are people out there that are interested in donating, you do welcome that. I mean, that is something that you would like.
Yes, sometimes people have trucks and they'll bring the donations. That's really a blessing when they can bring it to storage for us. So they'll do that. Or about every 10 days, we go out and pick up things, and we might go to 4 to 5 different places. And yes, we take donations of furniture. People drop off kitchen things on my front porch here at my house all the time. They drop off linens here. So the smaller things they just bring here. I have a separate building in the back, and I've made it almost like a little thrift store. And so you can just package up the smaller boxes for people, and just whatever do they like to cook, then we'll give them a mixer and a blender, or maybe they don't like to, they just want to use a microwave. It's just tailored to the type of person who's moving in.
Right. I think in retrospect here, we're talking about making this a home. Many of these people, for the first time, they're feeling like they do have a home again, and it's so very important to have that and to start over again, and to have you come in and bring what they need is certainly something that they will treasure.
One man who was shopping, he came and he stood next to a bed and he put his hand on the bed and tears just rolled down his face. And he said, "My bed." And that's all he said. He didn't want a lot of fancy things, just the bed. And the man who called me for the other woman, he was homeless for 25 years. And we just recently got to furnish his place. So it's a lot of times they have really long times that they've been homeless.
Right. And this is something that you, as you mentioned, you work with caseworkers who do find the actual places for many of the homeless to now have a place to live. And you come in and you make sure that they have the things that they need inside their place to live.
Yes. And the case managers, a lot of times it's in their charter that they have to keep following up with these people for months afterwards. So they keep working with them. We're just a small little sliver because it's really difficult to find housing in this climate now, and they work really, really hard. But it's just joyful. It's joyful to be able to put together everything for them.
It is. And donations are so vital to your organization, as are the volunteers. So when homeless get a shelter, a new place to live, these furnishings will help immensely to make their lives so much better.
And it also keeps things out of the landfill. So that's really, really good. It's a great recycling program.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to know if you could share the phone and email and contact information so that if there are folks out there who would like to either give a monetary donation, furnishings donation, or their time, you would be able to help them out.
That would be great. So if we get financial donations, it helps pay for our storage, which is something that's really vital to us. And then, of course, we need furniture all the time. Beds, we need beds a lot. So you could contact me, and my email address is Kathy Purple Princess, Kathy Purple Princess @gmail.com, or you may phone me at 805-910-8860. And you can also look on the Unitarian Universalist Church website. We're a nonprofit under the Lift Up Your Voice, excuse me, to end homelessness. Sorry.
Very good.
And you can look on the Facebook page for that, and you can see some of the things that we've done, pictures of the people that we've housed, and that's really kind of fun to look at.
Great. And thank you for joining us today, Kathy Powell, founder of the Moving In Project. Continued success to you and your volunteer team. We wish you so much in the future.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you.
Very good. And thank all of you for joining us today on Our Ventura TV. I'm Sandra Seapack. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.